Good morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the daily support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Sunday the 22nd of November. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, it's a bearish start to the day for Bitcoin. Then you see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 18,643 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 18,962. Going to need to see support from the broader markets break out from yesterday's high. It was at 18,945, however. So buying an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a rebound and an extended rally on the day, Bitcoin could test resistance at 19,500 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 19,265. Failure to move back through the pivot, we'll bring the first major support level sitting at 18,340 back into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 18,000 levels. The second major support level at 18,021 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a slight narrowing of the bearish histogram, supporting this partial recovery this morning. On the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further downside ahead. So failure to move back through the pivot at 18,643 would bring the first major support level back into play. Moving across Ethereum against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 536.72 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 570.63. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from this morning's high 562.61, however. So buying an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level sitting at 588.18. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 519.17 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay clear of sub 500s. Second major support level sits at 485.26. Looking at the MACDs, got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and a possible bearish cross there. Need to keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting a further upside ahead. So avoiding the pivot of 536.72 should give Ethereum a run through the morning high to then bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Litecoin's going to need to move through the pivot at 85.41 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 90.28. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high 88.56, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, got the second major resistance level at 93.43 that would likely come into play. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 82.26 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 80s. Second major support level sits at 77.39. Looking at the MACDs, got a bearish cross this morning and a widening of the bearish histogram supporting the early downside. On the EMA, we're also seeing the 50 and the 100 hold steady, suggestive of a bearish morning, really. So you need to keep an eye on the MACDs and the moving averages. Failure to move back through that pivot level at 85.41 would bring support levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, choppy start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 0.42 to bring the first major resistance level at 0.5122 into play. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from this morning's high 0.498, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, got the second major resistance level at 0.5619 that would likely limit any upside. A fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.3713 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, however, Ripple's XRP should steer clear of sub 0.40 levels. Looking at the MACDs, saw Ripple's XRP avoid a bearish cross and a widening of the bullish histogram this morning, supporting this partial recovery. On the EMAs, we're also seeing the 50 pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggestive of a further upside ahead. So avoiding a fallback through that pivot should bring 0.5 levels and resistance levels into play.